Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm pretty excited. We got $80 that we're going to stuff into our cash envelopes, and we got a good amount that we get to put into my 100 envelope challenge as well. This week we're going to be putting $222. This money is actually coming from the cash back on my Chase card, and we are a this is like the only cash that I really do. We're a cashless envelope system, I guess I would say. Like, we still have all of our buckets that our money is pulled from, but I do it all without having cash on hand. We put as much as we can on our credit cards. Like, we buy everything with those, and then I just pay it off at the end of the week. That is how we do ours. Doesn't work for everybody. I know credit cards are not for everyone. It has to be something that you can handle. So if you do cash, that's awesome. That's just what works for us. We're just not cash people. If we have it, my husband spends it. So we're just not cash people. But that being said, the cash back that we get on our credit card, we we always usually put that towards vacations, and so we're going to put it into our 100 envelope challenge because this money is going towards a vacation. I talked to my husband, and that's what we decided we wanted to do. So whenever I have a bigger number, I let him help me pick the numbers. It makes it fun for him too. So he chose 98 because he wants to do some of the big ones, he decided. Quite the turnaround from when he wanted to do a bunch of little ones. But so we're going to do number 98. We're going to do then he picked 79, and that left us with 45, and we decided that was good. So we're going to do those three. Give me just a minute. I will color them in, and then we will move on to the next one. Okay. If you didn't see my previous video, I totally understand. We are saving up this money currently. It goes into a savings account. This is not a cash one because it is a large amount. I don't want to have that kind of cash around. But this money is being saved right now for a trip to Vegas that we want to take for my husband's 40th. So got those done. Let's move that out of the way and get to what we came here for, which is the cash stuffing portion of the video. The fun stuff. Play the games. I'm so excited. I love playing all these games. It makes it a lot of fun. So like I said, we're doing $80 this week. It was supposed to be $50. But when I was doing the math, I did it wrong the first time, and I actually should have been taking out $50 with the way I've been figuring out how much to pull. But I decided I had already had my heart set on $80 because that's what I thought I was getting. I lied to myself, And so I'm like, you know what, we got it. Let's just do the $80. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. And so we're going to go ahead, and before we get started, I'm going to make some change because I don't want these like overly stuffed. So I know in this one we had 45 last week, so we're going to pull out the 5. We've got 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. My fingers are sticking. So we're going to do that. We'll pull 2 20s. Let's leave a prettier one than that. And we're putting the 45 back in. All right, let's flip back here to the front and see. I already had this one open. And see what we're starting with for our crab walk to savings. So we ended last week with $16. So let's put that there. And let me grab my marker. I guess we'll stick with this one because that's what we had. We left off over here at 3. And I thought about it, and I think we're going to do the red dye this time for our little crab for crab walk. All right, so let's go 4. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be 7. Let's go again. A 1. Ooh, we got the times 2. So let's roll for that. So 4 times 2 is going to be 8. We'll pull 2 1s back out and do a 10. And then we're going to do a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're back around to the top. So let's see. Let's pull another dollar. It's 4, and we'll do a 5. So that was 15, 19. I think that's probably good for this week. We'll stop there because I do kind of want to play this one throughout the summertime. So I'm not in a huge rush to get this one done. But let's see what we ended up with. Do we want to? Let's go ahead. Let's get some change. Let's do some change. So we're going to do a 10 and 2 5s for the other 20 that we had. So that leaves us with 20, 30, $35 already in this one. So that's awesome. Hope your guys' savings is going well for you. I was so excited to get my money out and make this video, and I've been thinking about like all the different ways that I want to save. I've been making a list of long-term savings that I want to start saving up for moving forward. That'll be hopefully starting next year. We'll see. Maybe sooner. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So let's go ahead on to the next one. Next one is going to be 4th of July starter pack. This one, we've got 3 left. I think I'm going to do 2 of them, and then that'll leave us with 1 for next week, and we can finish it out in July. So I'm super excited to finish our first one. Woo woo. That's why I wanted some small ones so I could get them done quick. Speaking of that, I just wanted to say I got this little bag. And it's funny because I was thinking to myself how I needed to get a bag to put any finished savings challenges into. And then it was my birthday this month, and the girls at work, this was one of the things that I ended up getting. So I'm like, that is just crazy how you put things out into the world and they just sort of come to you. Because I was thinking how I needed one, and then I ended up with a bag. I know it's not anything huge, but little things like that, like just be grateful for what the world brings to you, what the universe is putting your way. Speaking of which, I think I mentioned it a little bit last week that I do have some financial goals for this year. And the first one that we wanted to accomplish was, let me roll here. But one of the goals that we were saving up for was, we own property and our well went out this year. We couldn't get water to come out of the spigot. We had somebody come look. They said it's something down below the ground that's wrong. So we were a little worried on how much that was going to cost. That was like the main thing we were saving up for right now. And it worked out that it actually wasn't that bad. It was like $600. And speaking of the universe bringing things to you, we got that done the next day. Into our account came almost enough to pay it off. My husband was on unemployment earlier this year, and we live in Michigan, and Michigan's unemployment finally, for the first time in forever, went up January 1st. They didn't actually give anybody any of that money, though. Like, they didn't raise it. And so this was all of the back pay that they had owed him for unemployment. And so it worked out perfect that it was almost enough. I want to say we were less than $50 that we had to come up with for it. So it worked out perfect. That goal is done, crossed off, and we are on to our next goal, which is from being on unemployment for so long. Like, he got laid off rather early last year, and then we had different things. That was a 6, I believe. I can't remember for certain. I'm going to roll again. Doesn't really matter on these. A 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one's going to be 5. But we had some unforeseen issues where my husband, the biggest one being my husband hit a deer on the freeway and totaled my car. And so we had to get a new vehicle. We got that, and we also ended up getting him a new vehicle to drive back and forth to work in. I'm choosing to see it as a blessing in disguise. That, for one, he was fine. Nothing bad happened to him other than a few scratches. He was okay, and that is the most important part. And that with that came, I got a new vehicle that will last me hopefully a very long time. My husband got the vehicle that worked out perfect for. He has a long commute to work and back. And so instead of having to drive his truck, it's a lot better. So all of that to be said, things happen for a reason. I don't know where I was going with that thought. You get talking sometimes. So we're going to go 1, 2, and we're going to do the other 5. But yes, my other goal, that's what it was. Sorry guys, I lose my train of thought. I get chit-chatting. My other goal now is, with him being on unemployment, our credit card, instead of being paid to current, we're not paying any interest. I want that to be very clear. I do not do it if I can't do it without paying interest. But we're basically paying for last month this month. And so my next one, which I think we should be able to accomplish by the end of next month, is have that one paid back to 0, where we're paying it off every single week. That is the plan. And so we're going with that. That's our next goal. And with that money coming in, that really is going to get us to that goal even faster. And then our third and final goal for this year financially is we want to pay off our property, because we're really close. We're like less than $5,000. So we're going to have that one hopefully paid off by the end of the year. All right, we've got one left for next week to finish this off, which is $2. So we should have 18. So let's put 2 5s back and take a 10. And we've got 10, 15, 16, 17, $18. Hope you guys aren't irritated with my long-windedness, here chit-chatting. All right, let's go ahead and let's put the little white sheet there so we don't color through onto our playing board. All righty. Next, we're going to do save your 5s. And with what we've got, I think we're going to do another 3. So we're going to do 15 again this week. Woo-woo! I'm so excited. I just love doing these. I know I'm basically just playing with my money. And that's kind of why I never did it. But I feel like doing it this way will actually, having the physical cash in lump sums. Sorry, my dogs are going crazy. Sorry, guys. The dogs are just going nuts out there. They're out in the living room. So we haven't pulled this yet. So let's just do... let's do a 10 and 2 5s. Oop, grabbing too many there. I originally was thinking do it all in 5s, but this will be all right. So we've got 10, 15, 20, 25, $30. I'll put that back into the front. Yes, our dogs are little troublemakers. We have 2 Jack Russells. Minnie is the smallest one. Maddie is the bigger one, even though she's younger. And Maddie decided I don't know what her deal is this year. She's just being a little booger. I'll try to put it in when I'm editing. I have it's not a great picture, but you can kind of see she has purple all over her. We have 2 great big cherry trees in her backyard, and they roll in the cherries when they fall on the ground. So she looked like Barney the dinosaur, all purple. And I was trying to get a good picture, but I couldn't. But I'll show you what that looks like. And then Minnie had stuff all over her face in that one too. But Maddie decided today, when my husband he had to go do some stuff today, she decided that she was going to run out the front door, and didn't want to come back in. So they are in timeout and in trouble right now. But I say they because they're basically a package deal. When one of them's in trouble, they're both in trouble. Alrighty, on to the next one, the popsicle color in. Hopefully we'll get some fun new numbers this week. And yeah, let's go ahead and see what we end up with. All right, number 1. We haven't done that one yet. Let's go. What do I want? Let's go with a hot pink, I think. So let's color that one in real quick. And then we'll pick a 1 that we're gonna do. And that'll be $1. And then we've got a 4, which is again one we don't have. Let's go purple for number 4. Maybe we'll get all the colors today. So some of these, like 3, 4, and 6, we'll only have to color in 1 each. So let's put that $1 back and grab a 5. Let's actually go ahead and pull out and see what we started with. So last week we ended with $12. So let's roll again, because that was only 5. A 2, which is an orange. All right, is that the orange? Yep, that's the orange. So let's do a 2. Then, what have we done? We haven't done a lot. So let's keep going. I kind of want to get this one done a little bit quicker, I think. And then we can, I've got a few more popsicle-y, ice creamy ones that I can color in and I think will be fun. So another $1. I'm going to do all the low ones apparently today. One more $1. Let's do that one. A 6, there we go. Let's do the 6 into turquoise, which is kind of dark. Ooh, I wish I wouldn't have done that, but too late now. We're doing it in turquoise. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's grab that 10. And yeah, let's do another one. Another 2. And then let's call it for this one for today, because that's quite a bit of a 1, 2. Because I still got a couple more games to do. Now, I do want to say, I know I said I was going to do a scratch-off one, and I am. That is still in the plans, but I haven't done it yet. I have it basically all designed how I want it. I have to print it and put scratch-offs on it and, you know, do all that jazz, laminate it, do all the things. I did get my stuff. I'm super excited, but I just haven't had time this week, and I don't want to, stress about it. I want this to be fun, and so I decided, even though I could have, you know, got it done today and been able to put it in the video, it would have been stressful, and I don't want to do that. So this is supposed to be a fun way to save money, so we're going to keep it fun. So next week, I am almost promising I will have it in the video. But I will be right back after I color these in. Okay, that is really dark colors. Very misleading. Okay, throwing things around here. Got that colored, and they're colors. That's what we're gonna go with. But all right, that one is all done for today. And let's see what we ended up with for this one. Got 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, $29. We're over halfway there. Woo-woo. They're just a fun one to do. Okay, let's see what we have left. We have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, $19 left. So not too many of these we can do, but maybe we'll end up with a lot of low numbers. We'll see. All right, so this one again, looks like there's still a few things we haven't gotten yet, so that'll be fun to see. Like last time, I think I did it this way last time, we're going to do red along the side, white along the top. Let's just get into it and see what we get. Like I said last week, what my plan is with this is whatever symbol we land on, that will be the amount. If it's one we've already crossed off, then we will pay $1 and roll again, if we can roll again. All right, so we've got 5 by 6. So we've got some sunglasses. That's $4. Oh, let's go ahead and let's pull the 4. 2, 3, $4. And then let's see what we, well, I guess we already know because we looked at it earlier. We have the 45 now that I think about it. Like I said, 45. And we put the 4. Okay. Next roll. We've got 2 by 3. Ooh, another big one, a sunshine. So let's put $1 back and take those 2 5s. All right, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, this one was really short-lived today. I spent too much money on the other ones, but that's okay. I want this one to go all summer. I want it to go as long as possible just because I don't know why, but this is one of my favorites. I really like the dice game. I think it's because it took me so long to make it. So there's a lot of effort put into this one. So we didn't add a ton this week, but we did add some. So let's see where we're ending. 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 56, 57, $58. So we added a little bit. Okay, so we'll set that one off to the side. And then our last couple games. So this is another color in one. What do we have again? 3, we have 6. So I really want to have something to stick into the Save Every Dollar each week right now. That's how I feel. So it looks like we only have enough left to put $3 and color in one palm tree. So I will be right back on that one. Okay, got that one put in. And that should put us at $9. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, $9 in this one. I was planning to put more in this, but maybe next week. Doesn't have to be done right away. Alrighty, and then we have our very last one. We were only able to put $1 in last week, but we have $3 for this week, so that's nice. Where'd my black pen go? So let's go ahead and write that 3 in. Okay. All right, so that was it for this one. 1, 2, 3, $4 into the Save Every Dollar. What was I thinking the other day? I was thinking that once I get all of this one done, I maybe will use this money. This is my thought right now. It might change. I'm going to use this one particular for buying things for doing this sort of stuff. So maybe buy myself a rounder. Maybe not. I probably won't be able to wait that long, and I'll just use some of my allowance money for that. But we'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Like I said, we've got one more empty one that will be put in somewhere else probably, but that will be our scratch off one that we will be adding next week. Let's count on it. But yeah, I am just so happy with how things are going. Like I said, we're working on our next goal, which is paying that credit card off. And then, so I guess I never really told you guys, I don't think, what I'm saving this money towards. For this envelope, my plan for any of them that I finish is, or for this binder, any money that I get from this is going towards our goals. So whether that be towards paying off the credit card if we still had that left, which we'll see on that. If not, any extra that we cash out will be going towards paying off our property. And then once we're done with that one, it'll move on to our next goal. But yeah, those are our goals for this year. So far, we're doing pretty good. We've got one done, second one hopefully done after next month, and then we'll be on to the third one. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.